rest in peace, champ. And as far as the other stuff I was saying, hopefully we don't lose any more great people this week. I would like to go a pretty good while before we have any more celebrity deaths, because all this death is just too much for me personally. Like, it's just it's a downer, you know. I like to be upbeat. I like to be in a good mood, and you can't be in a good mood when people are dying around you. You know, people are dying in the public eye in front of you. Can't be in a good mood. So hopefully we can go a while without anybody passing away or getting very seriously ill. That would be great. Shout out to all the people that have been sharing my episodes. Shout out to Tremaine J. Irby, who just earlier this morning shared episode 27 of my podcast that I did last week. Hopefully he's listened to it, and hopefully he's caught up. I think he listens to everyone that comes out, and I appreciate it. Also, Tremaine said he had posted last week on my page that he had something for me. I don't know what it was. He never did say what it was. He still hasn't told me what it was. But whatever you got for me, dude, you can bring it to Beef O'Brady's, or have me meet you somewhere, and I'll get it from you, whatever it is. Because I'm very interested in whatever it is that you got. I don't know if it's cookies. I don't know if it's something superhero related or something movie related. It's got to be something I like, because I don't know why you would want to give me something that... It's got to be something that you know that I would like. So I'm very interested in it. You know, he said that a couple of times. I got something for you, by the way. You know, I haven't forgot about you. So I haven't forgot that you said that. So whatever you got for me, unless it's something I'm not going to like, which I don't know why you want to give me something that I'm not going to like. But anyway, shout out to Tremaine. Shout out to everybody that's been listening. Shout out to my friend Nikki King. She always shares my episodes. And shout out to Big Will, Julius Williamson. He always shares my episodes. And everybody that ever listens, period, whether you share an episode or not. I only think it would take a few seconds if you listen to this episode to share it on your page, so that not only people on my friends list can listen and hear this show, but people on your friends list can hear the show. It only takes a few seconds. Just hit the share button. I mean, y'all are always sharing stuff that nobody cares about anyway. I'm kidding. No, I'm really not kidding. People share stuff, you know, all these posts where it's copy and paste, and they say don't share this, don't copy and paste it or whatever, but actually share it. You know, all these posts that people, why don't you share my podcast? Why don't you get the word out? You know, let people know about Johnny Knows Best, and about it's something new that's kind of entertaining sometimes. Most of the time, it can be. And let people know about this show. It's very, very important. You know, it's just something I started to do for fun, but it's already at episode 28 now, so it's still going. You know, it could go to episode 100 or beyond. It could go to episode 1,000. Who knows? You know how long I'm going to do this. So tell your friends, you know, share it on your page. Help a brother out. You know, it's not like I'm catching you in front of the store. I'm not one of them brothers that catches you in front of the store and, you know, asks you for change, or tries to sell you my mixtape, you know. But I do got a mixtape coming out this summer, Bitches and Cookies. Look for that this summer. All summer 16, that's going to be coming out. That's my mixtape, Bitches and Cookies. No, it's not a real mixtape. People still think that's a real mixtape. Every time I say that, somebody will ask me, is that, you really dropping a mixtape this summer? No, I can't rap. I cannot rap. I probably rap better than Young Thug, or, you know, a lot of these current rappers. But that's another story. But, yes. What was my point? Where was I going there? Oh, my point is, share my podcast. Let everybody know about it. Shout out to all the new listeners, all the new people that are listening to this for the very first time. If you've never heard an episode and you're tuning in for the very first time, and this is Johnny Knows Best. I basically talk about whatever it is I want to talk about, from pop culture, whatever's going on in the news, to TV shows, to movies, to comic books, pro wrestling. I love pro wrestling. I'm fat. I gotta do a pro wrestling episode. Probably the next episode, episode 29, is probably going to be all about pro wrestling. I know a lot of my pro wrestling friends have been wanting me to do a wrestling episode, so that'll probably be the next episode after this one. That will be episode 29. I either going to do that tonight or possibly tomorrow morning. It could also be Monday morning before I post it. It just depends. No, I work all day tomorrow, so it might be Monday morning before that goes up. But look out for that. And shout out to a very, very, very special listener. My voice is going to slow down a little bit and get a little deeper now because I'm very, very serious with what I'm about to say. Shout out to my new friend Katie. Hello, Katie. I'm talking to you now, directly through the internet. Katie is a very, very special person, a very, very beautiful young lady that I've met this past week. She's a very first-time listener. She's never listened to this show. She has no idea the kinds of things that I could say. So thank you. I appreciate you listening, Katie. And I know you've been kind of down lately. I know you've been going through a rough time. I don't know the specifics of why you're going through a rough time, but I got a pretty good idea, without you telling me directly. But hopefully listening to this will make you smile or cheer you up a little bit, because that's my job. I like to make beautiful women smile. So don't be sad, eat a cookie, be happy. Life is full of new opportunities. When one door closes, another door opens. And who knows who could be behind that door, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But, yeah, shout out to Katie. Shout out also to my homie, Frank D. Wilson. Frank always shares my episodes every time I post one. Frank is a wrestler, a writer, and just an all-around entertainer. And he wants to be on my show. I want him to be on my show. And Frank, if you're listening, if you're not doing anything this coming Thursday, I would love for you to be a guest. Haven't figured out what we're going to talk about, but between now and Thursday, I definitely can think of something. Just inbox me and we can bounce some ideas around. If you're free Thursday, I'd love for you to call in, and I'd love for us to do an episode. But yeah, shout out to all of those people. Shout out to anybody that I missed that's important, that I'm not thinking of. I have to move on. I can't just shout out people and just, ramble incoherently. Nobody wants to hear that. People want me to get into the topic of this show. It's already been like 20 minutes and I haven't really even gotten to what this episode is about. And this episode is about Mr. Mays hitting y'all with some truth. So I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to hit you with some truth. I got a lot of things that I want to say and get off my chest in this short amount of time that I have. Like I said, a lot of things that went on this week, not just from Muhammad Ali dying, but the whole Harambe gorilla controversy. I almost couldn't say that word. That happened earlier in the week, or this time last week is when it happened, and they shot the gorilla. Little boy fell into the pen. The little black boy, see, that's also an inconsistency. People are saying, that people are making this about race, and saying that if it was a black kid, then they wouldn't have shot the gorilla. But that tells me people that say that have not watched the video, because guess what? It wasn't a little black kid. It was not a little white kid at all. The parents were black. It was a black kid that fell into the pen. Not that it matters. Not that this is about race, because it's not about race. But I've seen people post stupid stuff like that without even knowing that it was a little black kid. It's not about race at all. But that happened. The kid fell in the pen, and they had to shoot the gorilla. And people have been basically talking about this all week long. They've kind of blown it out of proportion, and they kind of played it out till I'm sick of hearing about it. There were a lot of funny memes that came out of it. Funny memes, funny gorilla memes that I posted myself. But now it's getting to the point where it's not even funny anymore. Because I think it's basically just the media blowing it out of proportion. Talking about this whole gorilla Harambe thing. Like, this kind of stuff has happened before. It's going to happen again where an animal is put to death, basically, for a child. It wasn't just too long ago remember when they killed the lion not too long ago? I don't think that was in the zoo. Remember when they shot the lion? I forget the lion's name, but that happened. And now, Harambe thing is going to happen. This kind of thing happens all the time. So, it's not that big a deal. People are making a big deal when it's not a big deal. But to everybody that's criticizing, the people, the zoo for shooting a gorilla, come on. They saved a child. They had to shoot the gorilla. I don't blame the people at the zoo at all. I've been saying that all along. The people at the zoo are not at fault for shooting the gorilla. They had to. They did what they had to do. Now, could they have made it to where a child couldn't have fallen into the little pen or little pit? Yeah, they could have made the zoo, a little bit more. But that's not even important because and my friend Anna pointed this out. Shout out to Anna, DJ Roots Queen, my favorite DJ. Shout out to Anna. She pointed this out. If zoos didn't exist in the first place, then the little kid couldn't have fallen into the pit. So, it's a ridiculous situation is what it is. It's not the zoo's fault. They did what they had to do. It's a tragedy that the gorilla got shot. I'm not trying to make light of the gorilla dying. I love animals. I wasn't trying to make fun of the gorilla by posting all the gorilla memes. They were just funny. At the time, they were funny. It's getting to the point where those aren't even funny anymore. The joke's kind of over on it. It's kind of like the Birdman thing when Birdman went on the radio and said what he said, and we had all those memes that came out of that. You don't really see people posting them anymore because that lasted about a week and a half, and then that was over with, and then this took over. So the gorilla thing, anybody that's complaining about them killing a gorilla or trying to make a big deal out of it, just stop it. It's over with, That was a week ago. Gorilla got shot. As sad as the gorilla got shot, they buried the gorilla by now. Let's just, let's let it go. A lot of other things that are going on right now in the news that I want to drop some truth about, or I just want to give my opinion on it. Okay, the whole X-Men Apocalypse controversy that's going on. There's a poster. Let me basically describe this for people that don't know about this. There's basically a poster featuring Apocalypse, the villain in the X-Men movie that's out, X-Men Apocalypse. By the way, I haven't even seen X-Men Apocalypse yet for people that have been asking me, have I seen it, and want me to give my opinion on it, or want me to review the movie. I haven't seen it yet. When I was supposed to see it last week, I was working a lot, and I just never got around to seeing it. I did go see Ninja Turtles last night, the Ninja Turtles 2. I haven't been to see X-Men Apocalypse yet. Most people are telling me, some people are saying it's really good. A lot of people are not impressed by it. It seems like it's getting mixed reviews on the internet or from people that I've talked to. Some people like it, some people don't. But anyway, this whole controversy that's going on right now with basically Apocalypse is choking Mystique